What's going on, everybody? Exceptional Gabe here, back with another episode of Exceptionally Animated, the show where we invite different voice actors and animators on the chat and we highlight their amazing work in the industry. And today, I've got one of my personal favorite voice actresses. Please welcome the amazing, outstanding Chiara Zanni. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, how was your day today?
Today's okay. I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit dreary and rainy. We've had, beautiful sunshine for the last little bit, but it's a spring rainy day, so it's a perfect day to sit inside and talk to you.
Definitely, yeah, Vancouver. I haven't been to Vancouver before, but I
Oh,
definitely
you
want to.
haven't?
Yeah, I've only been to Niagara Falls a long time ago.
Oh, see, I haven't been to Niagara Falls and I'd love to go there.
Yeah, I don't even have a passport. I need to get one.
Oh, oh goodness, you mean the one you had expired or you've never had
I
one?
never had one, seriously.
Oh my gosh, you got to start seeing the world. It's a big place.
I know, because I'm thinking about so Vancouver voice actors are by far some of my favorite voice actors in the industry.
Oh,
And
cool.
if I were to make a Mount Rushmore of Vancouver voice actors, because like
Okay.
people have been doing like Mount Rushmores lately, it would be you, obviously, and then Tabitha St. Germain, who
Awesome.
is one of my biggest inspirations along with you.
Oh,
And after that would be Sam Vincent, who is also awesome. Uh,
awesome.
and then Ashley Ball, who is an amazing singer. I love her work on, see, I got right here.
Oh, wow. You do love Ashley then if you're wearing that rad necklace.
Yeah. And then finally, in my opinion, one of the most underrated
Tell
Vancouver
me.
voice actresses, Alex Coda.
Alex, what's the last name?
Alex Coda. Uh,
I don't think I've worked with Alex.
yeah, she was in Trolls. She voiced Sapphires.
No, I mean I was young then. It's so funny that you said trolls. That brings me back like, I don't know, 20 years. 20 years. My gosh, what a great show.
I know, I know. So first, before we get into the questions,
Okay,
I got something to show you.
show
You've
me.
probably already seen this, but this is a piece of fan art I made for you.
Oh my gosh, you did that?
Yeah,
It's stunning. So many fantastic characters. Wow, I can't believe you did that. You're talented.
I know. I love making fan art for different voice actors and voice actresses. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I've made a whole bunch for different voice actors.
I love that. Who's your favorite character on that piece of paper that you drew?
Oh, see, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. Uh,
Really?
yeah, let's go through. Yeah, let's go through
Okay.
all of your shows you've done, and
Okay.
then maybe at the end I'll make up my mind because that's a hard one.
Are you deciding between two?
Yeah, because I love obviously Hamtaro,
I
and
know.
Stella Luna was also in an
Ugh,
outstanding performance.
loved Stella Luna. Don't you wish there was more Stella Luna?
Yeah, I
I
really
do.
do, and we'll get to
Yeah.
that. I really
Okay.
do. But first,
Okay.
let's take a trip. Here, I'm gonna do the little effect back in time. Yeah. So
Exactly.
usually the first question I ask when doing these is, what was your first ever voiceover role? However, I already know the answer to that. It was Little
You do.
Golden Book Land, and you voiced the cute little puppy character.
Wasn't he cute, Pokey the little puppy? I still sing the songs from that cartoon, you know.
You do?
Oh yeah. Did you like the music?
Yeah, it was freaking adorable. I'm guessing it was straight to video cassette.
Yes, yes, yes. Do you remember Get Up and Go? Get up and go. Don't be afraid, go on with the show. Do you remember that one? Like
Yeah,
I sing all the music. For me, that was how I got into voice acting.
yeah. So how did you get your role on that project? Like what?
Well, I auditioned for it, but it was one of my very first auditions. So I think I was 8. seven. I think I'm gonna go with eight. And I'd won this contest in Vancouver, and part of the prize was to get an agent. And of course, when you're eight, you don't really know what that is, but the agent started to send me out on auditions. And this, I think, was like my second audition. I think the first one was for a commercial, like an on-camera commercial, which I booked. And then I went for this, and it was for a company called Deke, DIC.
Yes, I love Dick
Yes,
Animation. Yes.
I know they were great back in the day because they did sushi pack. Anyways, and so the lady that was her name was Marsha. I remember her. She said, "Your voice is so unique, so cool. You'd be perfect for this." But of course, I didn't know what voice acting was. I just knew I loved to perform. And luckily, I booked the job, and that was how I got in. That was my first kind of like, when you open the door and you kind of just step inside, that was the step to like the next one and the next one and the next one.
Definitely, definitely. So, that just, by the way, thinking of Little Golden Book Land, that's how we first connected because I found that online and I tagged you in it. And you were like, oh my God, thank you for sharing that with
I
me.
know,
That-
thank you, because it's so cute. And my voice was, I personally think, the cutest little voice. And it just brought back a memory of like how I started and how much love I have for this industry.
It was baby Chiara.
Of course. Friends to the end, friends from the start. Friends forever, friends in our hearts. Yeah! Lend someone a helping hand. Show them that you care. Friends will help you anytime, any place, anywhere.
Exactly. Actually, you know what? When you tagged me, I showed my mom, and my mom, I think, got a little emotional because I'm not sure she's ever seen it, but also just hearing me as an 8-year-old kid, like I could see in my mom's eyes, she got a little bit,
Yeah.
a little misty. It was really
Yeah.
cute.
Of course, yeah. I didn't grow up with that as a kid, but I did read the Little Golden Books as a kid.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm sure everyone
Cool.
did. Everyone at their
Cool.
grandmother's house had at least one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So, moving right along, another project you did. This one is very underrated. You were in a Christmas movie called Snowden the Snowman. Remember that?
No, I don't. Tell me, please jog my memory.
Okay, so Snowden the Snowman, you voiced a little red cardinal called LaRue. In fact, let me look it up, okay?
Okay, thank you, because I don't remember it.
So this movie was actually another Deke production.
Ah, okay, yes, Deke was very good to me. And Marsha, who was at that time in ahead of casting, she was very good. She loved me and she was kind to me with, booking me for things.
It's very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
So this movie right here,
I recognize the animatics now. Yeah, exactly.
and that was your
That
character.
was me. That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
I found out about this movie very recently because, believe it or not, I got a poster from the movie off of eBay. Unfortunately, I don't have it on me because I purchased
Okay.
several. If I ever find it, of course, I'll post it on Instagram. But I purchased several posters from this old Filipino animation studio that did
Oh.
work on a bunch of cartoons. Like here's one I have right here. This is from the cartoon Ned's New, and it's actually hand painted and it's got the studio's name on the back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
and I have one from that cartoon as well, and it's very neat. And it's actually a really good Christmas special. It's freaking adorable. I highly
I
recommend.
think I need to watch
Yes,
this.
it's on YouTube. Because believe it or not, I cannot believe this, by the way. The movie was made as an advertising tie-in because the Snowden characters back in the day were Target mascots.
Oh, wow. How did you find this out?
I do my research. What can you say? So
You're good at your job.
yeah, so back in the day, Target Corporation, it was called the Dayton Hudson Corporation back in the day.
Okay.
Dayton Hudson Corporation, their mascot was Snowden the Snowman, and I guess they hired Dick Animation to make this movie. And
Cool.
they had so many other great Vancouver actors in that movie. Besides you, there was Chantel Strand, who I'm sure,
Love her. Yeah,
yeah,
she's great.
and Ian James Collette,
Yes, worked with him a ton.
and of course the best, Tabitha St. Germain.
The best.
Yeah. And this shows the age of this movie because this movie is so old. This was back when she was known as Paulina.
Is that what she was known as back then?
Yeah.
Wow, you just taught me something I didn't even know.
Yeah. Um, Very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. You'll have to get the story of that when you interview her.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. All right. So moving along, I think that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Moving along, I'm trying to think, what else were you in around that time period? You were in Camp Candy. I'm sure you remember that.
Yes, I loved Camp Candy. Loved it because I got to play a tomboy, which I kind of am a tomboy in real life. Her name
Yeah.
was Alex. I remember that.
It's funny you mention that because those are basically the two main Chiara Zanni voices you do. You do either the tomboy voice or the
Yeah.
very cutesy, innocent voice.
You got it. Yes, I love tomboys. And maybe it's just like I said, I am a tomboy. The natural rasp, so I can play, the little boys like the Hamtaros. So yes, I'm usually the gritty, tough one, tough character, or the really cutesy one. You're right.
And I also, I believe Camp Candy was another Deke production, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. And you know what's funny is we never got to meet John Candy in that cartoon, which is like, oh, because he was my favorite. He wrote us all individual notes and signed pictures for us, but we never got to record with him in person, which, oh, I would have loved that.
That's a shame because yeah, John
Hmm.
Candy, very popular in Canada, obviously. He was in
Yeah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Just
Oh, isn't that a great movie? Please tell me you've seen that movie.
yes, yes. There was the scene that was parodying Family Guy. It was like, you wanna hoot me?
Did you see him in Uncle Buck too? I loved Uncle Buck.
I don't think I've seen that. I need to watch
Oh,
that.
you should see Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck's good, but it's not as good as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is so different. Like they don't have anything in common.
Yeah.
But it was sad at the end too when you found out that it's. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say, but in case somebody hasn't watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I won't say what the ending I was gonna say.
So okay, okay. So no spoilers. Hashtag
Yeah, no
no.
spoilers.
This is a no spoiler zone. Okay, so moving right along.
And then I think I did the original My Little Pony around that time, didn't I?
Yes. Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, My
Okay.
Little Ponytails. I also found a clip from that show recently. You were the voice of Bon Bon.
Bon Bon, exactly.
Yes, and what's amazing about that show is I think you have just an outstanding singing voice, um,
Ah, thank you.
in one of the episodes, you actually sang a song in one of the episodes, and
I gotta find this.
yeah, I think I tagged you, and I don't know if you saw it,
I
but
didn't.
I
Send it to me later if you can
yes.
remember.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
send it to you. But again, your
Good.
your voice, it was so cute. It was like a baby Kiara doing this character.
I love it. Don't I wish I could go back and be the real baby Chiara voice because it was so cool. Okay, anyways, okay, so that was Bon Bon. And at the time it didn't do well, that original My Little Pony. It just kind of it
Yeah,
came out and it just kind of went flat and it didn't get any buzz.
this was before, let's just say, My Little Pony, exploded.
Exploded. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
not only that, but you had other outstanding actors in the original My Little Pony. You had Kelly Sheridan, uh,
Yes, great.
And also you had a baby crap, hang on. Tony Sampson from Ed and Eddie was in
Oh
that.
yeah, Tony Saps. Yes, good. Wow, you know a lot about animation.
hmm I love it. It's a passion that I have for animation. I love it.
Ah, that's
And
awesome.
Tony Sampson, I met him recently. I
Oh,
met
you did?
Yeah, I met all three Eds in Springfield, Illinois, and I did a video with them. I believe I sent that to you as well. I don't know if you saw it, but Tony Sampson, when we were doing the video, he literally said, and I quote, "We are gonna make this video as weird as possible because Canadians are weird." That's what he said.
I guess we can be weird. I mean, I think all people can be weird, not just Canadians, but that's fun.
Exactly.
Did you have fun meeting all three of them?
Yes, that was amazing.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I have a soft spot for Sam and Matt only because I've done so much work with Matt and Sam, so much. We did a series called Stormhawks together, and I was, when you're recording in a studio, I was standing between Sam and Mike, and Sam and Mike, Sam and Matt, and they were kind of like the brothers picking on me. I'm stuck in the middle, and they're like going at each other all the time or picking on me. So I definitely have a soft spot for those two.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I love.
Yeah, they're good gentlemen, and I look at them like, brothers.
Yeah. I definitely love all three of them. And you probably saw Sam Vincent was my first guest I got to do on this
I
show.
saw how cool.
Yeah, and he was an excellent first guest. And I'm gonna soon have Matt on here, hopefully as well.
Okay, cool. You say Chiara says hi.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. They were in Denver recently, a Comic-Con in Denver, but I didn't get to make it down there, unfortunately.
Wow.
Because I'm
Do
all the
you
way. What?
do you travel a lot for animation like conventions? Do you travel a lot for these?
Yes, I do. I love Comic Cons. I get to meet so many wonderful people. Uh,
Neat.
Not only people who are on the spectrum, like myself, who are
Yes.
passionate about the animation industry, but also
Yes.
I get to meet so many wonderful voice actors and make so many good friends doing this.
That's cool. I'm glad.
hmm
I've been to a few conventions and I've actually left. I don't know if this sounds weird, but just feeling so happy because everyone's so nice, so kind. You make friends. Like I've only had the best experiences at conventions.
That's amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And one last thing about My Little Ponytails, I should mention.
Tell me.
So the songs in My Little Ponytails were directed by Kathy Weslick. Is that how you pronounce
Westluck.
it? Weslick, yeah.
Perfect. She's great too. She was in Hamtaro. Trying to think what else I did with her. I've done a lot of shows with her, but I remember her in Hamtaro. She's great.
She was in Friendship is Magic, obviously.
Obviously. Yeah, she's a great actress
Definitely.
and a great director. Yeah.
Yeah, she voiced Spike.
Yes. Good. Perfect.
Hmm. Anyway, so let's move on. I think now is
Okay.
a good time to talk about. Well, this is the one I've been waiting for. So you
Aw,
mentioned Hamtaro. It's
the
Hamtaro
best.
time.
That's so awesome. Do you know how many people at least once a week I get either just like I was just at the hairdresser's last week and a girl was working there and she was talking about Hamtaro. I at least once or twice a week have people coming to me asking about Hamtaro. If I could, it would be my dream to bring that show back because I really, really think it would do awesome. I think it would we if we could revive it and bring it back, I think people would just be over the moon about Hamtaro.
Definitely. And obviously, I talked about that show with Sam Vincent as well. And it sounds like
Yes.
when you worked on it, you didn't work together with any of the actors.
No, I know. Isn't that sad? I spent a lot of time. I don't know if you know who Carl is, but Carl is the director. By the way, if you hear a weird sound, it's my dog right here. He's chewing on a bone. So if you're like, what is this sound? That's my dog.
Okay.
Um, so Carl directed Hamtaro. So I spent a lot of time with Carl. We became like best of buds. In fact, the last Hamtaro episode, I made pizzas for him and the engineer, and we just sat and ate pizzas after because they became family to me. Especially Hamtaro had a lot of lines per episode, so ADR usually only takes, depending on how many lines you have, like half an hour or an hour tops. But because Hamtaro had so many lines, I was there most days for 4 hours. Like 4 hours is the max they can book you. So I was there mostly for 4 hours, every single record. So I became very close with Carl. And Mike was the engineer at the time. He's no longer there at Ocean. But yeah, I didn't get to work with the cast, which kind of sucks because, as you know, I love Chantal, I love Sam, I love Kathy. Like everybody on the show is fantastic. I just didn't get to be around them. It was just me in the studio by myself.
That's depressing.
It's depressing, and you know what? It was a lot of work because Hamtaro had a lot to say. He always had like little sounds, you know what I mean? But it was the one of the best experiences of my life. In fact, look at this thing on my mantelpiece. I keep him here. Let's see. Someone
Oh
sent me
my
this.
God, it's the flash!
Someone sent me this. So I keep it on my mantle, like where my TV is, so I can see him every day. And in fact, I also have a toothbrush cup holder. It's Hamtaro. Do
Oh my God.
you want me to show it to you?
Yeah, let's go see it. Let's
Oh,
go. So,
okay, hold on.
ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
gonna walk.
this is a tour of Chiara's house.
Da 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 da. Oh, actually, Hamtaro. When we work together, it's much better. My best friends. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it out in the light. See, Carl gave this to me. Here, I'm gonna show you because Bijou's on it, and then of course
That
Hamtaro.
was
Okay, hold on.
Chantal Strand's character.
Yeah. See, so and then there's Hamtaro, and I think Hamtaro again. Oh yeah, hold on. Ta-da! My tooth, the tooth. I'll put this down now, but you see, like I have a big soft spot for Hamtaro.
So, all right,
Big soft spot.
I've got two Hamtaro items right here. Okay,
Okay, show me.
you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, are those individual episodes or like a season?
Got 3 episodes per tape.
Okay.
And here I'll show you. Like if you open it up, you got this little rebate coupon.
Oh my gosh, $2.
Yeah, $2 off.
$2. Wow.
Yeah, $2 whole. Like, okay, look at this. See, you got like all these plushes and toys right here, advertising you could
Oh my
purchase.
gosh.
And then, ooh, free portrait offer from the JC
Oh,
Penney
wow.
booth.
Free port to JC Penney. Is JC Penney still around? Yeah, it's still around,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Still around here anyway.
Yeah, we don't have JC Penney here.
You have Hudson's Bay instead.
I know, but it went under. It just went under.
What?
I know, it's so sad. Let's not
Yeah.
talk about it. It's
So
so sad.
first Zellers, and now Hudson's Bay is going away.
And I used to go to Zellers as a kid all the time. It's no more. It's no more. Anyway, so you have two Hamtaro. Are they in seasons?
No, 3 episodes per tape.
Okay.
This has the first 3 episodes, and this is volume 3, which has
Nice.
these episodes on here.
I think we need to bring it back. What do you think? I think
Yes.
I think this new generation would love it.
Definitely. Hang on, let me put this back.
I'm trying to think what other Hamtaro things I have. I think there's have a few things at my mom's house, but that I keep out 24/7 because it just makes me smile. And then when I'm sitting watching TV, I always get to see his face.
I know that's awesome. And okay, I gotta ask, can you still do
Ask.
the part in the Hamtaro theme with the excuse me for a moment while I run on my wheel?
Oh, okay, let me try. Hold on, let me just do that. It's Hamtaro here. Okay, excuse me for a moment while what does he say again?
Excuse me for a moment while I run on my wheel.
While I run. Excuse me for a moment while I run on my wheel.
Yes. Oh my God. So that's perfect. You can still do the voice.
Yes, I still would love to do it. Anybody out there who loves animation and wants to draw a new Hamtaro season for me, let me know and I'll do the voice and we'll get the whole cast back to. Oh, you know who else wants to bring it back is Saffron. Do you know who Saffron is?
Yes, she follows me on
She
Instagram as well.
she voices Oxnard, and I was messaging her a little bit like 2 weeks ago because she wants to do like a little Hamtaro convention of a few of us so we can all get Hamtaro fans together. She would also love to bring this show back, but like I said, maybe there's someone watching this is like, I would love to animate it. Let's do it.
Yes, I would love I would do it, but I'm not that talented, unfortunately.
I'm only well, I guess I shouldn't say that I'm talented, but I like being behind the microphone. I'm not good at animatics, nor am I good with technology and things like
Oh
that.
yeah. 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 I'm still so I told Sam the same thing. I mean, I'm still using floppy disks in Windows 95.
Wow. Honestly, I don't even know how to use Windows because I'm on a Mac. So
Oh,
I don't even know. I don't
no
even know.
Mac user?
Yes, yes. Is that bad or good?
Well, don't worry, I've got your Mac needs covered as well. I can't pick it up, but I have one of those old, remember the old iMacs,
Yes,
huge ones that are different colors? I have one.
yes. Oh, maybe that's a collector's item. Don't let it go.
Yeah, it's running Mac OS 9. It still works.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't even know how to use Windows. So there you go. You one up to me.
Oh my God. So, Hamtaro, one other thing I just want to say about the show. So, I believe one of the reasons it's such a good show, so it's freaking adorable, number one. But number
Yeah.
two, I believe it's a great comfort show for people on the autism spectrum like myself.
So explain to me why, because I have a soft spot for people on who have autism. So explain to me why it touches people like you. I would love to know.
So, like, autistic people, there's like a connection, I think, between the animation industry, voice acting industry, and people on the spectrum, especially like when these performances, these actors, use these like really, strong emotions in their performances. Either
Yeah.
that or they do like, the really like you've done in Hamtaro, the like cutesy, innocent voice, like something about that. It just connects with people on the spectrum, and it's just a good
Aw.
like comforting thing. And I
Aw.
truly believe that. There was a story of this nonverbal autistic kid who learned how to speak from watching Disney movies and was inspired by the voice of Gilbert Gottfried from Aladdin.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I have a soft spot for people on the spectrum. I just think they have hearts of gold and that's why I was interested into like why a show like Hamtaro or mostly animation really speaks to them. I just finished, I don't know if you watch it and I love it, but Love on the Spectrum, it's on Netflix.
I
And
actually applied to be on that show.
I would have loved to seen you on that show. I'm a big fan. And what I'm seeing is when I watch the show is a lot of these kids are really drawn to animation. So that's why I asked you is like what what is it about animation? Is it's a comfort feeling, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yes?
definitely like the colors, the voice acting. So let me
Ah, the
tell you
colors.
real quick, my biggest inspiration to get into voice acting. Well, there's two. One of
Okay.
them, honestly, was Tabitha St. Germain because her
Ah,
energy in just I love her energy, her
yeah.
humor, and she's just
Yeah.
an amazing person. And the other
Yeah.
person, I don't know if you know this person because she's an
Mm.
American actress, but Jessica DiCicco.
Oh, yes, I've worked with her. I worked with her on a show called Huggle Monsters in California. She's fantastic.
Yep, and I got the Flame Princess on my show.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, so you've seen Adventure Time probably.
I've heard of Adventure Time. I've never watched the show. Another girl I worked with on Hinden, Hinden
Lyndon Walsh,
Walls.
yes.
She was also on this show, Huggle Monsters. I was on the show, and me and Hinden played brother and sister. And then Jessica did a couple, I think she did one or two episodes. Both are talented, but they were on Adventure Time, and I remember it was a big thing, Adventure Time.
Yeah, so the Flame Princess, just very passionate character. I could relate to
Okay.
kind of tragic backstory. Um,
Ah,
um, just her performance, the energy she gave, and the emotion, it made me realize this is what I want to do. I want to get involved in the industry.
neat. That's so neat. I still can't believe you tried out for Love on the Spectrum. You would have been perfect for
I
it.
know they never responded.
Okay, don't give up. Try again. And I don't know. I'm gonna send them a message. You've got to cast Gabe. You are so lovable. People would love you.
Definite. I appreciate that. That truly means a lot.
Yeah,
And
you are so lovable.
so I'm from Indiana, and
Okay.
I actually my first ever voiceover role. I don't know if this counts. I do the overhead announcements at the South Bend Airport. So if you ever fly into South Bend, Indiana,
That's incredible. That's a big deal.
yeah, you hear my
Okay.
voice, and it just blows my mind. So, I work at the airport, and when I'm, taking care of passengers and stuff, there'll be people coming off the flight, and literally a couple days ago, they were like, "Yo, Gabe from the announcements, can I get a picture with you?"
Get out. They recognize you.
Yeah, I
Did they
don't
hear
know how.
your voice and then recognize you that way?
Yeah, probably.
That is so cool. Okay, so if I ever fly into that airport, I have to listen for you.
Yeah, South Bend is famous for the University of Notre Dame. That's the only reason
Okay.
people will probably ever visit.
Do you like living in Indiana?
Uh, eh, I will say though, I have a lot of passion for my state. I was born and raised here. However,
Okay.
I would like to move someday.
Where would you like to move?
Hmm. Well, I love Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a beautiful state.
Oh, I've never been.
And also, I had an idea. So, um, Washington State is close to Vancouver,
Yes,
and
totally.
that would be a great place to move to if maybe I ever wanted to get into Vancouver voice acting. Hmm.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, Vancouver, you have to. I mean, today's not that gray, but it's a gray city. For me, I love sunshine, so in the
Uh,
winter months, it can be hard here. We don't get a lot of snow. We just have a lot of dark rain, like Seattle. If you've ever been to Seattle, we have just a lot of dark rain.
oh yeah, definitely. Well, they're close. They're close by, so that kind of makes sense.
So close. I mean, 2.5 hours away. We're so close.
Definitely, definitely. So Hamtaro lasted for I think they dubbed only the four seasons of the show because the show lasted for 12 seasons in Japan.
Wow.
And the last episode they dubbed into English was a Halloween special, Ham Ham Halloween. Do you remember doing that?
I don't even remember the episode, but it sounds fun. Just the title alone, some makes me want to watch it.
I,
Did Hamtaro dress up in that episode?
I can't remember because it's such a scale show to find. Like I don't know why episodes are so hard to find. That's
Yeah,
why
that is weird.
I'm glad to have these in my collection so I can
So neat.
yeah, so I can watch them. But it's such a good show. I remember watching it on Cartoon Network. Just such an amazing show. Again, amazing
Aw.
cast. You had Jocelyn as well in that show. Jocelyn
Yes, Jocelyn was lovely, lovely.
was Penelope, like
Hmm.
something like that. And the episodes again just got so emotional sometimes. Like
Aw.
I'm sure you remember. Well, I don't know if you remember any of the episodes or not, but there was one episode that I actually got teary-eyed at. No joke.
Really?
Yeah, it was this episode where Laura and her friend were trying to reunite her grandma and
Oh,
her grandma's friends because as little kids they had these like two clocks and they were like we're gonna meet up um, in the same spot years later.
Oh, I think I remember this. I do.
And then the hams were there to help as well. They had like this old wise hamster trying to help them out.
I
Um,
think I remember this.
and it's just a very sweet episode. And
Oh,
that's one of the episodes. See, it's literally called The Wise Elder Ham. That's the episode right here.
oh my gosh, so it's on that VHS that you have.
Yes.
Neat.
If I ever find another one, I might need to send you one.
Okay, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Do you still have a VCR though?
No, I don't have a VCR. Do you still have a VCR?
Yes, I do.
I don't. I mean, I'm trying to think if my mom still has one. She's one of those ladies that doesn't want to let go. She still has CDs. She still plays, her music on her CD player. So, oh yeah, she still has tapes too.
The cassettes.
Cassette tapes.
Oh my God.
I'll see if she has a VHS player.
That's amazing.
They're probably collectibles now.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah, these when I got these were sealed by the way, but I broke the seal because I wanted to watch them, which was I regret doing it because it's like breaking an ancient artifact almost.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Do you have any younger siblings? They're probably like, what is that?
No, I do not. I just have one
Oh,
older
you have a
sibling.
sister. She's older. Okay.
Yeah, and she likes anime as well. I think you're in this
She
show as
does.
well. You're in Inuyasha, right?
Yes. I was in Inuyasha.
Who did he voice in Inuyasha?
Gosh, you're gonna have to tell me. We're gonna have to look it up. I don't remember.
Okay, all right, let's play America's favorite game. Da-na-na-na. Let's look it up. Uh, and look up, see who you voiced in
Okay.
Yasha.
My memory with character names is not the greatest. So, I mean, my memory is terrible to begin with, but remembering all of the characters I played, I don't remember. Does it start with a
Believe,
K?
well,
Tell me if it starts with a K.
believe it or not, let me tell you something. Many
Okay.
voice actors I've talked to, they have a bad memory of their characters as well. So it's not just you.
Okay, good.
Um,
Or no, it starts with a Y. Yeah.
Year of the Hair.
What
Why?
is it?
Uh, that's what it says on. This is on Wicca. Hang on, right there. It's the
Oh,
characters.
Yura. See, I was right. Well, Y. I said K first, but then I said Y. Yura.
Yeah, I haven't seen much Inuyasha, but it's definitely a
No, I
great
haven't
show.
either.
It
I'll tell you a fun fact about me. I don't watch animation at all.
what?
So when people say, "Oh, I loved you in that episode," I have no idea. I am embarrassed to tell you this. I don't watch animation. As a kid, I did, and then I don't know why. I don't have a good reason why I don't watch animation anymore. I don't have a good reason. Maybe
Ah.
I need to start.
All right. So,
Okay.
moving right along, you were in one episode of this show, and this show is also very special because many people come up to me and say this was their favorite animated show as a kid. You ready?
Oh, what was it?
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. Chantal was in Dragon Tales, I think. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's cute. That's so cute. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess I was only in one. That sucks.
Do you remember like do you have any experiences of working on this show? Like
I can't remember with you right now. No, I can't remember, but I do remember having a good time. I can't remember. I can't remember the episode. I can't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So, basically, what happened? The character you voiced was Nikki. That was her
Nikki,
name, and Chantel, who has voiced Cassie right here,
beautiful.
and Emmy, who was voiced by Andrea Libman, another great voice actress.
Fantastic. She and I share birthdays, the same birthday, July 19th.
What? I did not know
Yeah, neat. That's a neat fact, hey?
That's so cool. So
We
anyway,
always text each other on our birthdays. We tried to be the first one, like this year I was first, and she's like, "Dang it, you got me!" But I we share birthdays. Anyways, go on. She's lovely.
so in that episode, Emmy and Cassie were playing whatever, and then Nikki came in, Quetzal, like the old wise dragon in the show,
Oh,
introduced Nikki, like he was like, "This is Nikki Nino. She's new to town or whatever," and then so Emmy started playing with Nikki more than Cassie, and Cassie got all sad
and
because she felt like Nikki was stealing Emmy. Oh man.
I'm so glad we met you. I'm having the best time. Yeah, me too. Hey, how about we play countdown? What's that? The second I throw the disc, you start counting really fast until you catch it. Then it's my turn, and the highest number wins. Okay, sounds like fun. Here's your disc. I think I'm gonna go fly the kite with the others.
oh,
Yeah, but then everything worked out in the end, which is
of course, it always does.
yes, always does. Okay, so next show, this is another great one. You worked on Baby Looney Tunes. You were the
Oh
voice
yeah, that
of
was fun. That was
Baby
fun because I got to
Petunia.
see Sam do so many funny voices. That was a fun show. Baby Petunia, I did, yes.
hmm
And
So
that one didn't go very long. I think we only did one season.
I don't know how many episodes. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I just remember them airing it a lot back in the day here in the US and Cartoon Network.
Oh,
And
they did good.
yeah, and I used to watch it all the time. In fact, one of my favorite episodes, of course, I talked about this episode with Sam. There's an episode where Baby Treaty and Petunia called Japan because they were trying to call their aunt, and Granny was not happy. That phone bill was going to be
That
through the
sounds
roof.
that sounds like a funny episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, once we're done here, I gotta send you the clip,
Okay,
'cause
send it.
it's so funny.
Okay, please do. I can't wait.
Anyway, you were also in this show never aired here in the States, but I have seen episodes
Oh,
of it. The
okay.
Canadian show, What About Mimi, which you told
You
me.
never got to see that show? Oh, that sucks. That
Yeah,
was one of my faves.
yeah, you told me that was one of your favorite because I think Mimi was also kind of a, like tomboyish character, I believe.
She was a tomboy and she was kind of a little bit of a worry wart, which is I am. I'm always worrying, and she is anxious, and that's what she her signature was her beads around her neck. So when she was anxious or worried, she'd fiddle with her beads.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I can't believe you didn't get that show in the US. It was so good. I think we did quite a few, well, not quite a few. I think we did 3 or 4 seasons here. I loved that show. In fact, my mom loved it so much she named her cat Mimi, which I thought was cute.
That was of course
Yeah,
on
she was fun.
that was of course on Teletoon.
Yes, Teletoon, exactly. So you've
hmm
seen a few episodes then, or a clip of it.
Yes, I've looked it
Okay.
up. And one of the coolest things, um, Tony Sampson was in that show as well. He voiced Brock the
Yes.
bully. Mm.
Oh, he was funny, Brock, because I think he made himself have a lisp because I think the character had braces, so he did this with his lines. I remember now. It was funny. He was a tough like dummy kind of like, not the brightest character.
hmm And your
Yeah.
brother, Mimi's brother, was voiced by Sam Vincent.
Yes.
And That's honestly all I remember, but I have looked up a few clips. It's a pretty good show. It's a shame that it did not
Yeah.
air in many other countries, it seems like.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it. I didn't know it didn't air in the States at all. That's a shame. Oh well.
um, and Anyway, moving right along, you were also in another fantastic show. This show was done by Geek Animation. See, we're back to Geek Animation. They've done Care Bears Adventures in Kerala.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
voiced Wishbone. I swear I've watched like a bunch of episodes, and it seems like they didn't use your character very much because I swear you
I
wrote
know.
like
I
two
didn't do a
lines
lot.
in that show.
I know. Isn't that a shame? And I used to love Care Bears as a kid.
In my opinion, this was the best adaptation because again, the voice cast was outstanding.
Oh,
You had like Scott McNeil in that
the
show,
best. Yeah, he
and
was fun.
you had Tabitha again. You had Sam Vincent. You had Matt Hill. Chantel was in that show. You had Andrea Libman. Um,
So good. What a great cast. My goodness.
yes, yes. Oh, and one other thing about that show, fun fact, that was Ashley Ball's first ever voiceover role in that show
Oh, is that it?
as
Wow.
the voice of Oopsie Bear.
Wow. That's crazy. What a fun fact.
But do you have, well, probably you don't have probably many memories on that show since they didn't use
No, I don't have a lot of memories because, like we said, my character wasn't that big.
that's a shame because unlike in other shows you did, like What About Mimi? That was a Studio B production, by the way. I forgot to mention that.
It
They
was a Studio B.
Yeah, they used you a lot as well, I believe. Um,
Yes.
but that show, you probably have a lot of memories of working on that show, behind the scenes of,
You mean what about Mimi?
yeah.
Yeah, I have many memories. Oh gosh, so many good memories. And the cast was lovely. The director was lovely. Yeah, it just was a great memory. I We kind of had a different studios each season, so I can think about Dick and Rogers one season, then that they moved, so we were at another location. Yeah, it was just, it's sad that you get attached to a certain character. I was very attached to Mimi, and then when it ends, you have to say goodbye. It gets really sad.
I agree. I feel that same way when a favorite show or something
I
else.
know. I
Um,
know.
Anyway, moving along, this is one of my favorite cartoons because it's so
Okay.
underrated.
Okay.
And I gotta get the plush up. You ready? I gotta get
Okay,
the
sure,
plush.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we got the sushi pack.
Sushi Pack was good. Deke. This is Deke.
Yes. So fun
Yeah.
fact, this was actually Dick's last show before,
Ever?
yeah, before they went on.
Oh, bugger.
So
Bugger.
this character I'm holding right now, this was voiced by Taylor Strong.
We never recorded with her. She stayed in LA. We were in Vancouver, the rest of the cast, so we never got to. I think you know what? She came in for the pilot and then that was it. In fact, I know she came in for the pilot. And then that was it.
But this show, I grew up watching it every morning on CBS. Cartoon
Really?
Animation had their like own little animation block on CBS in the mid 2000s. So I grew up watching that. The Care Bears Adventures in Care cartoon I forgot to mention was on that block as well.
Okay.
And Sushi Pack, like it was such an underrated show. Like it was a very fun show, and it's unfortunately also kind of hard to find, I believe. There were some
Oh
episodes,
yeah.
but it's kind of hard to find. And the theme song was kick ass.
I don't remember the theme song. Can we play it or we just have to we'll find it.
Uh,
You send it to me.
yeah,
Because
I
you're
gotta send it to you, but
send
here
it
I'll
to
do
me.
a reenactment because it's like
Okay, do
um
it.
Sushi Pack, here we go now, go Sushi Pack.
Wow, that's pretty catchy.
When there's someone up to no good, gotta get the best sushi in the neighborhood.
You're doing an excellent job. I already love the song. Was
And
it fast paced this show? Like I remember it pretty fast paced.
yeah, it was fast paced. All of
Yeah.
the sushis. It was an action show, obviously.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
it was a cool idea. You know, the sushis lived in this donut shop, and the owner was voiced by Sam Vincent. He was the stereotypical sofa dude.
Yes, I remember him now. I remember Andrew was in it. Do you know Andrew Francis? He was in Sushi
Andrew
Back.
Francis, Scott McNeil.
Scott McNeil. Who else? I just remember Andrew and Scott and Sam. Gosh, I can't remember anybody else, but I'm sure they're there. It's just that that was a long time. Of
Here,
course,
here.
Tara.
Now we gotta do some more research.
Third, we got to dig deep.
Yeah, yeah. So you voiced Canny,
Connie,
obviously.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So Rick Adams was the other sushi in the show.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember.
I was the crab. I know that. Connie was the crab.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Connie, by the way, I forgot to mention, Connie was also talking about the tomboy characters. Connie was like the tomboy character.
Totally. She was totally the tomboy. I
Yeah.
remember one day, a fun fact, I showed up to work and I had like basically no voice. And they sent me home. They're like, you cannot try this. And I was like, no, no, she's got a rasp. This will work. And it was like more of a whisper, my voice at that point. They're like, we can barely hear you. You've got to go home. I remember that now.
That's so
Uh,
funny.
I was like, come on, she's just a little bit raspier. They're like, no, you sound like you're dying.
Oh
Go
my
home.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm hoping to find the rest of the sushis. I need wasabi and dang it, I can't remember their names now. Oh my God.
I totally remember Wasabi though. Who played Wasabi?
I'm pretty sure that was Scott McNeil because wasabi was the little green one. Um,
Oh yeah.
um,
Do you like to eat sushi?
yeah, he had like the little flame head, if you remember.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. And I remember, so there was of course the leader who had the eye patch and he was the octopus.
I remember, I remember.
Yeah, and then
That's a cute show.
it was, yeah. Andrew
No.
Francis voiced the like orange one. And of course Taylor Strong was the voice of the purple one right here. And I'm
So
hoping to
cute.
find the rest of these plushes. Like even look, even the feet. It's sushi.
So cute. Oh my God, you're right. It is a sushi.
I
Yeah,
found
it's too bad that show didn't go on.
I found this while thrifting in Ohio for like $2. And this was an amazing
What a
thing.
steal. What
I
a
know.
steal. Like in a thrift shop, it was just sitting there?
Yeah, at Goodwill.
What a steal.
I know. What a steal, I know. Anyway, so um I think well actually here. So I'm gonna save this show for last because this is
Okay,
probably one of my favorite things you're in. So
okay,
now is a good time. Actually, no, 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 no. I know what I'm not. I cannot talk. I know what we're gonna talk about.
okay,
So I grew up with this as well. You were
okay.
in G3 My Little Pony, and you were in the special A Very Minty Christmas.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, you voiced a triple treat.
Yes, I remember.
So I of course gotta show you right here. This is one of my favorite items in my collection. This is a Minty
Beautiful.
plush, and
This is beautiful.
the reason this is my favorite, and I would play it for you, but last time I tried, the mic did not pick it up.
Oh
But
no.
if you squeeze her, it has the voice of Tabitha St. Germain.
Okay.
Can you hear anything? Yeah, see,
Mm.
I don't know why the mic didn't
Bugger.
pick it up, which is a shame, but trust me when I say it has the voice of Tabitha. It's really neat.
Oh, that's so
It
cute.
has the singing voice of Tabitha,
That's
and
so weird because your microphone's a great mic. Why it doesn't pick it up? That is so
I
strange.
think it's a setting in Zoom. I think it like drowns.
Ah, yes, you're right. I've heard this before about Zoom. They censor things or something, so they like your and I voices are fine, but if it's another song or something, they won't allow it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
like
know.
drowns stuff out
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
background. I
yeah.
think to make it more professional because yeah, it's like oh, Zoom is usually used by oh all those court houses and lawyers and stuff.
Yeah, professionals, blah blah blah. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So I have this beautifully made plush, and then
That's
I
neat.
also have this. This is the actual Christmas tree right
Oh,
here.
that's so cute.
And it folds out. You open it up, and it extends. And you got the candy cane right here, which Minty broke in under 30 seconds. Nice going, Minty. You ruined Christmas for everyone.
That's so cute.
Like, if you remember, so this special, I'm gonna be honest, the plot is all over the place. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but
Yeah, I don't remember
still
it.
it's still a huge part of my childhood, and I love it.
Aw,
Because mainly because Tabitha's performance is just outstanding.
standing.
Animation is pretty good too. They had a higher budget when making this one. Um,
Okay.
and the songs are pretty decent as well, especially the songs sung by Tabitha are the best ones in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, and what else do I have to say about it? Well, um, all I'm gonna say is, Minty, if you ruin Christmas again, I'm not gonna be happy because last year all I got was socks for Christmas.
Oh, that's cute. I have to go back and watch it because I don't remember it at all. At all.
Again, it's on YouTube. Check it out.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so now let's talk about one of my favorites. You
Your
ready for that?
favorites. Okay, I'm ready.
Stella Luna.
Stella Luna, the best. And the best song. Don't you think her song is one of the best songs? I sing it all the time.
Yes, yes. So the Stella Luna, like the song is just outstanding. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not grow up with the. I never even knew Stella Luna had a cartoon growing up.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I remember the book, and I have somewhere around here. Let me find. Here it is. I grew up with this, the Living Book of
Oh, wow.
Stella
What
Luna.
is that?
It's like an interactive audiobook for your
Okay.
computer, and it lets you like play around with the like storybook and stuff like that. These are pretty cool. They have like other children's books for the Living Book series as well. But
Okay.
anyway, so I first discovered the Stella Luna cartoon through the song you did, and I didn't even really know who you wrote at the time, but
Oh,
I'm like, oh my gosh, like um the person who sang the song has such a gorgeous voice.
aw,
One of the
you're
most
so sweet. Thank you.
beautiful voices I have ever seen, and
Aw.
or ever not ever seen, ever heard, I should say.
Her. Same thing.
And um again, going back to the autism spectrum, and I think this is so important why I think Stella Luna should be appreciated more in today's society because it really celebrates diversity, in my opinion, in that movie,
Yes.
and
Yes. It's
accepting of
okay to be
others.
different. Yep.
Yes, and I think it's such an important message, and I really related to that song because that's
Aw.
how I felt when I was first diagnosed with autism, which is why,
Really?
yes, which is why I love that movie. Again,
Oh, that makes me so happy.
the animation is just spectacular, and
Yeah.
it's very underrated, and I highly recommend checking it out, anyone who watches this video.
It is special. It just teaches you that it's okay to be different and you're lovable no matter, no matter what. She was a bat. She wasn't a bird, but they took her in as because of that. She was perfect just the way she was. That's why I think that story really resonates with many people.
Mhm. And the song, Look Around, my whole.
My whole world's turned upside down. You remember that? I sing it all the time. All the
Yes.
time.
So I'm actually here. Um let me show you something funny here, okay?
Okay, show me.
Okay.
Back is front, the front's out and back. Something's wrong, and I'm all out of whack.
So
'Cause today feels just like one big blur to a bird of a different fur. Okay, I'll stop. It's catchy.
no, it's amazing. Amazing. So if you look up the song, see this is the song on YouTube right here. If you look it
Okay, okay,
up, um, go to the comments section.
okay.
I just thought this was very funny. Let me find it here. Okay. Between the Bramble on YouTube says, Good Lord, I wish I had a voice that beautiful. Single sounds like an angel. And
Oh
then
my gosh, whoever that is lovely. Thank you.
and then this person responds, two words, daring do.
Daring Do. She's also played by the gorgeous, oh, whoever this is lovely. Thank you.
Wanna fly by night and sleep all day, but my fine-feathered friends don't do it that way. And I'm going back, crying my brown eyes red, 'cause when I try to land on my feet, I end up on my head.
I'm
So
blushing.
it's definitely just so obviously, do you have any memories of working on Stella Luna, like behind the scenes?
I do. I have a great memory of the song because I was so excited. As you can tell, I loved the song. And I just remember on the day I was super nervous, and I was like, oh, what if I don't, I'm talking to my mom, like, what if I don't nail it, blah, blah. Anyways, to make a long story short, I went in and I think I did like one take or maybe two, but I think on the first take, they were like, it's perfect. Like, that's it. And I just remember feeling so elated that, all my nerves and all, the worries kind of melted away when I sang the song. Like maybe I just transformed into Stella Luna on the moment and it just came out so beautifully.
It's
I
it's
remember working with Brenda. Brenda played the mom, and unfortunately, I don't remember the name, but Brenda ended up turning out to be a really good friend of mine. She played the mom. Do you remember the character's name of the mom bird? We'll
I
look it up. Brenda, her name's Brenda Krishlow. She turned out to be a great friend of mine from this show. We've done some on-camera work together. Uh, but it was a fantastic experience. I don't
I
remember the character's name she played.
let's
She
look
was the
it
mom.
up. Let's look it up. um
Brenda Krishlow is her name.
Nestor.
Nestra, there you go.
hmm And I'm
Scott
looking.
was on that show, and I remember him and Kathleen Barr did a funny song in that series, didn't they?
Yeah, Kathleen Ball and
Yeah.
Scott McNeil was in that show.
Yeah, they did a
Um,
fun song, I think, a more upbeat song.
and you also had Lee Tokar as well.
Lee, yeah. Stella Luna's song was quite emotional, right? And it was a slower song, but I remember Scott and Kathleen doing a kind of peppier song.
Definitely, yeah, and definitely. I hope that the not only the book but the movie or cartoon gets more widespread attention because in the tough times we are with not appreciating diversity and accepting of others. I think it's a
Totally.
very
I
important
agree.
message.
Another show I think we need to bring back. I keep saying this, Hamtaro, Stella Luna. Let's bring both of those back.
Yeah. But anyway, so since you brought this up, we might as well talk about it. You were in Friendship is Magic, obviously. You voiced
Yes, I was
Daring Do.
daring do. She was like the Indiana Jones pony. She was the tough one, the adventure pony. Um, Ashley's character, Rainbow Dash, has a big, super crush fan. She's fangirls over Daring Do. So that was also a great character for me because I already admitted I'm a little bit of a tomboy.
It just the friendship between Rainbow Dash and Daring Do was just so sweet because
Yes.
at first, Daring Do was kind of like pushing her aside, and then at the end,
Yeah.
when Rainbow Dash came to save the day, like your character Daring Do was all like, "I couldn't have done it without you," and like gave Rainbow Dash a big hug, and it was
Yes, I remember.
so
What was
sweet.
your favorite like do you love did you love the show?
Yeah, so believe it or
Yes.
not, I Didn't really get into Friendship is Magic until recently. I
Okay.
was always been aware, obviously, of the Brony community, obviously. But
Yes.
when I really got into Vancouver voice actors, I know that obviously, I would say the two biggest shows using a Vancouver cast is that and Ed and Eddie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I decided to finally give it a watch, and I can definitely see why it has such a big fan base because I believe, again, going back to the autism spectrum, I believe with so many like mean-spirited, cartoons and stuff like that in
Yeah.
today's society, I think it's just a very comforting show, to many people on the spectrum who
Yeah.
watch the show.
Yes, it seems to resonate with people on the spectrum. I've met tons of people on at these conventions and they have said like how it I don't know, it just brought this incredible community together and look what came from it. Friendship and all these memories and these conventions where you get to have fun. It's been a phenomenon for sure.
Mhm. So, all right, now
Okay,
finally, we're
finally,
gonna
here we
talk
go.
about probably this is honestly probably my favorite show you were in because I think this show is super underrated. You ready?
Okay, ready. Trolls.
Yeah.
Why do you love trolls?
It's so it's such a good show, and I watched this as a kid. This was done by Geek Animation as well.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, it aired on the CBS every Saturday morning again, and I grew up with it. And I rewatched it recently. Didn't have high hopes, but surprisingly, once you get past like the first two episodes, most shows, um,
The first two episodes weren't good.
yeah, because
Yeah. That's funny.
like it was kind of like um, why
So
are you talking
cute.
to my boyfriend? Oh, because.
Look at the hair.
And then it's like you are out of the best friends for life. That's pretty much what it was like.
Ruby, am I glad to see you?
Yeah, I'll bet you are, you traitor!
No, no, this is Amethyst.
Look, I'm sorry about before. I just want to hang with you guys again.
Right! So that's why you steal my boyfriend?
Who's that?
You!
Really?
Ruby, I didn't steal your.
Cry me a river, build me a bridge, and get over it. As far as I'm concerned, you're out! Forever!
What?
Was my character nice or was she a little bit mean?
Yeah, she was kind of
Saucy.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember her being a bit bossy. Bossy for sure. She was kind of the boss of the all the girls, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it it was such a fun show. The animation was really good. The character designs were like really cool. Very
Neat.
colorful, obviously. And again, I just love the voice actors on this show.
Yes, you know what? The group of girls that cast was lovely.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
totally agree. And if I don't know if you remember this, Ruby's boyfriend was voiced by Matt Hill. Uh,
Again, Matt Hill. You see how much I've done with Matt Hill and Sam. Look how many shows I've done with those two, just those two alone.
and he's like he was like Ruby Rube.
Really, really. Yeah, that makes sense. I can totally see him doing that.
And
I
then
can't remember him being my boyfriend, but that's funny.
yeah, and it so I'm trying to think. So great thing about this show was once you get past the first two, it got very dark. Like for a kid show.
Oh,
Yeah, like so I don't know if you remember this, they introduced two villains, Simon and Snarf. Um
I remember Snarf, yeah, but not
yeah,
Simon.
so Snarf was voiced by Janice Judd.
Ah, yes, Denise, okay.
Yeah,
And
and
Snarf?
and yeah, Snuff and Simon. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was a really good actor. Let me look up his name. He was voiced by Reese Thompson.
Oh, yes, I remember Reese. He was on What About Mimi
He
that
was.
you didn't watch. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, he was nice. He was a nice kid.
That's so cool. And you had of course you had Britt McKillop doing
Yes, so cute. I
um
worked with her and her sister a lot when I was younger.
Amethyst, and um Leah did the
I remember Leah, yeah.
voice of Topaz, and then Alexandria Coda did
Now I remember, yeah.
Sapphire,
Yeah.
and then I don't have Onyx with me. I don't know where Onyx went. That was voiced by Anna Van Hooft.
Yes, Anna, I worked with her on a bit of on-camera stuff. Yeah, I remember her. We were all so young then. It's insane to think back to that time. Just a nice group.
hmm And the theme song is super catchy again. It's like, um,
Sing it.
it's a hair thing, it's a pink thing, it's a tag team fantasy.
That's awesome. I love how you can just sing all the theme songs for me when I can't remember them. I just say, hit it, Gabe.
And the soundtrack, so the soundtrack was done by a group called uh, the Valley Girls, I think their name was the Valley
Oh,
Girls.
that's a neat name. The Valley
Yeah,
Girls.
and this was a group back in the day, which Deke Animation really promoted the hell out of, I guess you could say. Um,
Wow.
because there was a couple of different like bands that they used in those shows back in the day, and this was one of them. And the soundtrack, I don't know much about them, but the soundtrack is like really good. Like I'm surprised
Oh,
at how good the soundtrack for the show was.
okay.
So
Okay, I'll have
that's
to
another
listen.
thing you need to look up. The full soundtrack, someone uploaded the full soundtrack uh, online, and the songs are like super freaking catchy.
Okay, I'll look at them for sure.
And so let me think. Well, do you have any memories of working on shows that you want to share?
The only memory I have is I was kind of, it's so sort of funny that my character was the bossy one. I was kind of the leader of the pack in that group because a lot of these girls hadn't done animation before, or they were still a little bit new. And because it was with Deke and Marsha, and I think Paul directed it, who also directed a lot of the other Deke thing, I kind of just became the big sister to that group and sort of took them under my wings. It was a great experience, but I definitely remember being sort of the leader of these girls because some of them hadn't even done any voice work before.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, an episode that always stuck out in my mind, and this is an example of how dark this show got with Simon and Snarf. So there was an episode where it was Simon and Snarf, they hypnotized or like brainwashed all of the girls, and the only one not affected was you, Ruby. And um it was very very disturbing, like he turned like literally everyone evil. And it got to the point like in the climax of one of the episodes, because all of the episodes are like like continuing storylines, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in the climax of like the last episode of that storyline, like there was a part where um Amethyst was hanging. She fell down like a hole, whatever,
Oh
and
no.
Topaz and Sapphire still hypnotized, who were about ready, before Amethyst's boyfriend saved her. They're about ready to step on her hand and make her fall down the thing.
Oh
And
my goodness.
Topaz! Onyx! Help me! That magic blast was too strong.
Sorry, Amethyst. We've got work to do. You're on your own.
I thought we were friends. Friends? I don't think so. No! Come back!
For a show aimed at young girls, this is
Yeah.
surprisingly some dark and like really good stuff.
Wow, I don't remember that.
But unfortunately, the show didn't last very long, as you probably
No.
because I guess Deacon, the Damn Toys, who that's the name of the people behind the Trolls line of dolls, they got in a disagreement, and Damn Toys hired DreamWorks to uh, do the next Troll line, and of course they did the Trolls movie. Um,
Oh yeah, good investigating here in this story.
And I prefer this one because I prefer Vancouver voice actors any day than huge big name people like freaking
Uh,
let me think. Um I don't even know who was in the Trolls movie. I
no,
know
I don't even know
big
either.
name celebrities, obviously.
Oh, wasn't
Justin,
that girl Anna and Justin Timberlake?
yeah, Justin
Anna,
Timberlake. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, Justin,
Anna
yeah.
Ken, starts with a K. Ken, I don't know. I personally, it takes away sort of the beauty and innocence of it when they cast all these big celebrities. It doesn't feel the same for me, but
I know,
you
and
know.
whenever I hear Justin Timberlake, I think of I got my sexy back. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I think of when I hear Justin Timberlake. I'm not a too huge fan of his music, but
I'm not
it's
either.
catchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not either, but this is not about music. This is about
No, it's not about
animation.
music. Exactly. Okay, cool. Okay, so that show didn't last long, sadly. Oh well.
Yeah,
It would
and
have been great.
again, it's just so underrated. You need to watch an episode or two.
Okay, I will.
YouTube, and so many other amazing actors. You had Sam Vincent, obviously.
Again, Sammy.
He voiced Sapphire's boyfriend, and you had um you okay. Ashley Ball was in there too.
Oh,
She was like the like rich popular girl that always butt
gosh.
heads with Ruby.
I don't remember. Gosh. I gotta go back and watch. I'll watch an episode for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's definitely a very underrated show. Uh,
Okay.
and finally, I forgot about this show. You mentioned it earlier. So you were in Henry Hugger Monster, which was a Disney
Yeah.
Channel show. So that actually has me curious. How did you get involved with that show since you were the only Vancouver voice actor in that entire show?
It's true. So in 2011, I just needed a change of scenery. I needed something different. So I moved to California and I wanted to do voiceover work there. And so I moved, and literally like a month or two after I moved, Henry Hugger Monster began, which is amazing because I made some really great friends. And the cast was incredible. I look up to this actress, Gray. I'm sure you know who Gray is.
Gray Delisle. So okay. Gray Delisle was actually the first voice actress I met in person. Um,
How
I
neat.
and she might be coming on my show too.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. She's lovely, and I look up to her. So oh shoot, my earbud came out here. I became really good friends with Laura, who was she was my brother. My character's name was Cobby, and she was Henry. We were the Huggle Monsters, and Hinden was the sister. So it was me, Laura, and Hinden. We were the siblings, and it was definitely aimed towards a younger crowd because it was quite preschool. Oh, there she is.
One of Hinden's
Um,
characters.
yeah, and so we did 2 seasons of that, and I lived in Santa Monica for a few years, and it's a very special time in my life of just the memories and then also what I went through personally. So, yeah, it was a neat experience. I got to work with Tom Kinney, who's incredible. He was the dad, another idol of
SpongeBob.
mine. There you go. So, yeah, just everybody in that cast was incredible. Cree, do you know who Cree is?
Cree Summer, yes.
Yeah, she was on that show. So Gray, Cree, Tom. Tara was on it, but Tara wasn't a regular. She kind of came in and out, and then Laura became a really good friend of mine. So it was a great show. We got to do a lot of singing. Oh, and I also played the dog, the family dog Beckett. So my character was Cobby, but then I also played the dog Beckett, who only just barked. He didn't speak, of course, but
I've actually got to talk to just about everyone you just mentioned. I think the only people I've haven't met yet is Laura and Tom Kinney.
oh, Tom is special. He's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's really special. Laura, of course, is lovely, but there's something about Tom that just you expect this kind of maybe that's what was my thing is I expected this guy who was going to be all arrogant because he's Tom Kenny, but he wasn't. He just was just a regular guy who's so sweet and he's quiet. Of course, when he becomes all these big characters, he gets big and animated, but in his day-to-day kind of like demeanor, he's not a big character.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay, well, this sounds like we had a blast of looking in the past.
yeah, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Is there any other shows or memories you want to talk about before we go?
No, just that I've missed so many of these shows, and it would be a dream of mine to bring definitely Hamtaro and Stella Luna back, but any of these would be a privilege. But I have a soft spot for some of them, and I would give anything to play some of these characters again.
Agreed. And we definitely need to have some sort of Vancouver voice actors get together
There
because
you go. See, like we're talking about trying to do a Hamtaro one. Would you come if we did a
yeah,
Hamtaro kind of weekend?
I would fly out there. You give me the details, I will fly out there.
Aw.
I would host it, but unfortunately, probably all I can afford is the Motel 6, which
You don't need anything fancy. You're not there to be in a fancy hotel. You're there to meet people and say hello and make friends.
yeah, definitely Motel 6 and Hot Pockets.
Pockets. Well, and also one more thing, just to say thank you to everybody who watches the shows I've done. I can't stress to you enough how much it means to me. When you showed me some of those comments, I'm gonna end up with my heart, or I'm gonna end up today hanging up with you, and my heart's gonna be full because I absolutely love what I do. And when I hear people saying that they love my work, it means the world. So thank you.
You're welcome. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this because you by far were one of the people I wanted the most
Oh,
to come on my show because you
oh,
seriously have been very inspiring to my work because I love your voice acting roles. And
it means a lot.
it's such an honor to now have you as a friend.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you for asking me, and I'm so glad I did it. And it just means a lot to me that you love some of my stuff. So if I could give you a big hug right now, I would, but I'll give you a big hug hopefully when we have our Hamtaro party.
Yes, if I'm ever out in Vancouver, I'll let you know.
Yes, you'll let me know.
All right, well, you have a good day, Kiara, and
You have a
we'll go
great
ahead.
day too.
All
Thanks
right,
again for scheduling this and making it work for me. I appreciate it.
all right, bye.
Okay, bye. Have a great day. Bye.